'Cause every time we try to break it down and build again, yeah, every time we try to make up for something lost, we're never letting go. This time we can reach the sky on a prayer, we go higher than high. Yeah, wide awake, it's a big mistake, 'cause it's something we can deny. But with a love like this, we'll never fall. All of a sudden
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Hollis-tics. I'm your host, Hollis Mahady, and this is Hollis-tics. Welcome on this lovely summer afternoon. I can say that now because it's officially summer. As we saw this weekend, it was the summer solstice, right? June 21st, first day of summer. Yes, I should know because I did something very special that day, and I will tell you about it in 1 minute. But first, I have to say hello, everybody. Welcome. Again, if you are watching this, we're broadcasting live on the Facebook. We are broadcasting live on the Instagram. It's on my Hollis music page, I believe, and on YouTube, on Rumble. I sent the link to someone today. I don't know if he made it. If he made it, he wanted to shout out. Cameron, if you're watching, Rumble he said he didn't know what Rumble was. I said, I sent you the YouTube link and the Rumble. I let him know. He actually reached out. He had written me a comment that he used to love zombies, which was so kind of him and some nice words. And I said, hey, I do a podcast, blah, blah. And I sent up all these things and I was like, oh, I'm like promoting myself here at my website and this and that. And I'm like, oh, just so you know. Oh, thank you. My assistant here gave me my book. Thank you, Dan. But the Rumble. My point is, I guess the Rumble's not in UK, the Rumble, or maybe it is. Is it in the UK? Well, basically, Rumble is a platform. I mean, similar to, excuse me, I have to scratch my nose. Sorry, live here. But Rumble is a platform similar to YouTube. You know, it's one of them. It's a little bit more lenient, I would say, with free speech and as far as censoring and things. And you don't get us censored on there. So we also have a channel on the Rumble, and that Hollis-tics is there. And Rumble a lot of times is my biggest audience, I would say, because I could go and see the views. You know, it's like YouTube. Ugh, I don't know. It's just I'm really convinced. I don't feel bad. I don't think my content sucks or I suck. I think that on YouTube you really have to put money in to try to break through and advertising and all that. And I've been over this many times on this podcast. Where do you focus all your time and energy? Rumble has been pretty good. You know, every episode gets a couple hundred views, whatever, views, this and that. But my episode on Friday got like 3.2 thousand views. And again, it's about who you know, right? We know someone there who is a nice person. And once in a while, I don't know, there's no rhyme or reason, we get featured. So if you get featured, usually more people will see it. So some of my episodes have a lot of views. But when we first started, one of my TGI episodes, if you go back on Rumble and look at all my episodes, had almost 80,000 views. And then I read that Rumble like recently got in trouble because they were like, what's it called? Exaggerating views and stuff, you know, because it's all about the views and the numbers and the algorithm and all that stuff that we talk about. I really don't care about views. I like it. Of course, it's much better when people are in the chat room and people watch, then I'm not just talking to myself. But that's not why I do it. But again, I mean, the whole point is like you want people to connect and to see it. So the more the merrier. So we'll see in the comments there if you're able to chat, if you made it to the show tonight. But I am Hollis, and this is Hollis-tics. And I always do it in the beginning, a little housekeeping. If you're new here, if you're one of the 4 eyeballs, I see 4 eyeballs up there watching. I don't know where you're watching from. You might be on YouTube or wherever. But if you are new, I do this podcast Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I recently changed my dates because I was doing it every night of the week, and I couldn't sustain myself. I do everything by myself. Again, comes to the QR code, tips support the show. And also tips are, you know, I have a community there. There's a little membership. One's $2 a month. It's not going to break the bank, and one's $10 a month. That's it. And it's also, I don't say it's just for me, go support me so I can do what I do. I'm saying it's a community where like-minded people come, and if they want to support me, it helps. I just put out my Love Zombies book, and I'll get into that. Oh, there it is. There it is. The final copy. Well, almost the final copy. I'll tell you about that in a second. But there is a copy of my PDF. It's available right now if you're on Buy Me a Coffee. And I should actually put it up here because I'm talking about it. this is just part of the housekeeping. I don't want to be boring, but I kind of just gotta say and go through it a little bit here. Um, I put up new pictures here. Oh, so here's the buy me a coffee. There it is. That's the membership. It's $2 or $10. And you could go on there and you could just, and it's scrolling across the bottom. It's hollismahady.com or buymeacoffee.com/hollismahady. Either way, they could see these two tiers there, $10 a month, but you're going to get a digital copy of Love Zombie Land, some of my music that's before it's ever came out, and a bunch of other exclusive podcasts and things like that. That's just my stuff. I'm also hoping to add other people's stuff in there too. So like community where we could share people's things. And, as I said, we live in a world of self-promotion and it's always me, me, me. I do it. The name of the show is Hollis-tics, obviously. This is my show. So I talk about myself a lot, but I hate it. Like me, me, me. Yeah. And you get people who like, not everybody, but in this day and age, I always say, everybody has something they're doing. So you like, you'll talk to someone, they're not really listening. They just want to tell you about your thing. So I think it's something where we could tell about each other's things. And, do you know what I'm saying? So anyway, but the show is Holistics. I do talk about myself quite a bit here. But again, it's in, relation to others, because let's face it, guys, we live in a crazy world and we're most connected age ever, but I think we're also a little disconnected sometimes. We're always scrolling, myself included. But because I got a new phone, an Android phone, after about, I don't know, like I said, 20 years of having a freaking iPhone. I'm aging myself here. I'm not that old. But I switched to Android, and frankly, I hated the phone. I still don't love the phone, but I found that to be a great thing because I've had it like half as much as I used to be. So I think and overall, things happen for a reason. I am not as addicted. I was addicted to my iPhone. I'm the first to admit. And I'm vulnerable on the show. And we're going to talk about a vulnerable topic tonight, rejection. Because I got a little rejection today. And we're going to talk about it because I brought it up on the show, but I finally got an answer. But it's all good because as you learn and grow and evolve, certain things don't affect you as much as they used to when you're kind of like, really, when you start to mean like you really don't care what people think. And I mean, a lot of people do it. I get that, but it's not something just overnight. Like, I just don't care. And it bugs you all night or you're upset about it, but it has to do with music. Big surprise, a rejection from the music industry. So I don't like the music industry and I'm not really wanting to be part of it and at all, except putting out my own music. But the great thing is I'm an independent artist. So I went through all this struggle and trials and tribulations, putting out my own album and putting it out on my own record label and paying for it and writing it myself. Yes, it was not written by AI. It was written by Hollis Mahady. Mind, body, heart, voice. Everything is made by humans. There's a reason I'm bringing that up. But yes, so there's the story, guys. That's a lot in 8 minutes. So with that said, I explained, I think I did, there's a QR code, why I take tips accepted, and it helps with the shows. It's an exciting thing. This is why everything costs so much money. It's like, I just got a little new clip generator subscription thing. If you guys don't know what that means, it means like these episodes are pretty long. So at the end, if you want to put them into it's an AI thing. If you want to put it in there, you upload the episode and then they clip it for you and they take the best parts and blah, blah, blah. Because no one has attention span. So we have to put our 30-second clips on and tell everyone, hey, I'm Hollis. Watch my show, 7 p.m. Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern time. And then it takes the clip. But the reason why I wanted to do some clips of Chris's show, Must Kill Chris. I love Chris. And he was on here. And I didn't do any clips of his show because it's kind of boring, right? I had Opus Clip, and that's another one of the many, many. And, you pay a lot of money for this crap up front. Like I always get the yearly, because if you get the monthly, it's like twice as much over the course of the year. So all these like things just to do these shows and automate and post, and it's all cost an arm and a leg when you add it all up. You know what I'm saying? So I was on the Opus Clip. I still had 3 months left, but boom, I'm out of credits. So that's how they get you. And I had to buy more credits. So for like 2 months, I wasn't able to like make little clips, which I was fine with. Honestly, I hate making clips. I love doing the show. As I say, it's my favorite part of all of it, just like when I was in a band. My favorite part was those 45 minutes, an hour on stage. This is my favorite part. Again, an hour, 2 hours on stage, but it's the 90% of all the stuff you don't see that goes into it that actually is time consuming is the part I don't like. But what are you going to do? If you don't do it, you can't do it. And who's going to do it for you? You know? So that's the story. That's the plight of the independent musician, entrepreneur, creative business owner. Oh, yes. But with that said, all that came a physical product. So I'm very happy about this. That doesn't really actually have anything to do with what I was talking about. Because I kind of lost where I was talking about. Do you guys like the background here? Now, I wore my Cosmo dress today. I'm not sure why, but this is my amnesia dress, my single amnesia. And I'm planning on doing a little video with my cosmic dress on. Isn't it cool? And it kind of matches the background. So I thought that was something nice to wear for Hollis-tics Monday, June 22nd. No, it's the 23rd already. No, it's the 22nd. Yes, we had the summer solstice this weekend. But the June 22nd, Monday, Hollis-tics here. And how was everyone's Father's Day or this week or their weekend in general? I had a great weekend. Friday night, I did the TGI Fridays with you guys here. And then after that, we did go to the bar, the little block party. There was a big barbecue thing, and it was nice being out. We're new to the area. I live in Strongsville, Ohio now, and only about 15, 20 minutes from Cleveland, the downtown, which I love Cleveland. It's really cool. And we did that. I didn't actually get to any barbecue. I got French fries, and they were so good. They had skin on them. And then I went around and got little barbecue from all the places and dipped to try the barbecue sauce. And we got a blooming onion. Okay, too fried. It was a little greasy. I didn't feel that good afterwards. I was like, oh, maybe I should have just got a big rack of ribs. I don't really eat ribs though, but I do love barbecue. But it was really more about going and exploring the ambiance and getting acquainted with the community since we're new here. But it was fun. I'm glad we went. And then Saturday night, I was surprised and I got to go on a boat cruise dinner thing. And it was so cool. We went and it was downtown Cleveland where the boat took off, or the boat, what's it called when it left the harbor or whatever. And it was this cruise was called the Good Times 3 ship. And we went there and there was a nice dinner. Oh, there was a dinner and there was a band and there was 3 levels, and we went upstairs and I don't drink anymore, but there's people drinking and there was a band and there was a DJ and stuff on different levels. And I had some Shirley Temples and some Coca-Cola and Diet Coke as well. And the dinner was really good. It was chicken and beef. You could have both. And potatoes, carrots, which I love carrots. This is making people hungry. It is dinner time out there. But anyway, so I had a really nice dinner with the salad and really nice bread. And so we got to do that. And then you go up there, and it goes around all of Cleveland, through the downtown, not through the downtown, but through the water, Lake Erie. That's where it was, on Lake Erie. And Lake Erie is obviously, it's one of the Great Lakes. I remember that from high school. The Great Lakes are, what is it called? The acronym? Homes. Anyone know? Okay, I'm going to go into the chat room because I see a comment over there. So I just want to say hello. Aw, Aaron. Aw, I was going to tell you, don't order one because I'm sending you one. I am sending you one. You've spent enough money. You've supported so many times. But if you want to buy, that's okay. But I'm sending you, I'm going to send you one of these. And you know what? Because I want to send you one. I was like, well, I don't want to send one with this through his the cover, not for resale. But I have 4 or 5 of these. But this is the original. So I'm going to send you a signed one of these. So you don't have to buy it, please. You've done enough. I mean, if you want an extra copy, go ahead. But don't. I'm sending you one. Literally, it's on my to-do list, and it's going out very soon to you. And I have your address already on file. So, and it will be signed to my best friends in Maine there, Amy, Aaron, and Aspen. Some of the best people we've ever met. And we were sending them videos of the cruise. around Cleveland. And we stayed on for quite a while. We were there for a couple hours. So, like, we stayed on from the dinner because it was still light out. And then it went all the way out and then it came back in. And then we stayed there when, like, the other crew, like, the new people came on. Like, some people just went on it for like the 2 hours. And then some people didn't eat dinner and all that. But yeah, so we stayed on. It was a little cold in the interim. I'm glad I brought my sweatshirt because it gets a little cold on the ocean there. It's not really the ocean, but come on, it's so cool. It's like an ocean with no sharks. That's what I say. Never knew Cleveland or Ohio was so cool or had like all these islands and stuff. There's a place called Kelly Island. I want to go and visit that. But since it kind of looks like an ocean, they have all these beaches. I mean, you feel like you're on vacation. I mean, I never would have thought in Ohio. So God was looking out for me because he knows I love, well, he knows I love warm weather. So it's not really warm all the time. Like, but he knows I love pools. He loves that. He loves I love music, entertainment, theater. And it was like, where should we drop her next? Where's her next adventure? How about Cleveland? It's only a couple hours from her mom. So she's not like on the West Coast where she has to fly in, is gonna miss everything. She still has like some options for a nice apartment that has a pool. Like I never, but besides Hollywood, I never had a pool in an apartment. When we were growing up, I had a pool, but it wasn't like an in-ground pool. It was just a little one. But so yeah, I mean, it's been a very nice summer already. I'm a little guilty of spending still too much time in front of the computer, but I'm trying to get this stuff done and it just takes a lot of time that I always talk about, right? Yeah, and I'm inspired to do something else I was thinking about doing, and I'm going to be working on it probably next, was a little Love Zombies workbook about how to become a love zombie on Earth and have like some, kind of like I don't know, there's a mixture. I think I talked about it last week. So yeah, that's my next project, and also starting book 2, which I haven't actually sat down. I want to get like into like author mode. I'm going to go to a coffee shop downtown Cleveland, get inspired. I'm already inspired. I could do it right outside on the bench. Then you have to carry your laptop and it's like, and it dies and the sun's a glare. So I prefer to work like with that inside, but it's so nice that I don't want to be inside. So back to the chat room real quick. I have 9 eyeballs up there. If you guys are watching from anywhere, take a moment. If you're enjoying it, or maybe you hate it, because every freaking Rumble video, there's always a couple likes, but there's always 2 dislikes. So who's ever going out of their way to dislike it, go ahead. Go ahead. I don't care. I don't care. Rejection doesn't bother me. Your dislike of me doesn't bother me. It doesn't. But I do always notice that. It's like no matter what, there's 7 likes, 2 thumbs down. 3 likes, 2 thumbs down. 5 likes, 2 thumbs down. Like someone goes out of their way. Do you think they just go around and just like push down, thumbs down? Or do they really watch the whole thing and say, I don't like you? Or do they just watch it for a minute and say, ew, her hair looks not blonde. I'm going to thumbs down. My hair looks a little more red tonight than anything, I think. It's weird, right? It changes. It changes. It could be the lighting though. But yeah, you know me, I like to change it up. So I definitely, my hair looks red, but I kind of like it. I like Pippi Longstocking. Oh yes. I thought, okay, good. Aaron said your book is on Amazon. I thought you said your book is amazing, but it is amazing. And I'm sure you'll think so, hopefully. But it is. Okay, so here's the Amazon saga. It's not a saga, really. It is on Amazon. The only reason I didn't totally announce it yet, because I'm waiting for my final copy. And Chris, holy cannoli, Timothy Shea's in the house. Welcome, Timothy, to the show. Well, you're not on the show, but welcome to the show's chat room. That's what I meant. But yes, your book. Aw, Aaron. So, what was I going to say? Yes. So, Chris, if anyone was here Friday night, and I know you guys were, what happened was, long story short, this is the proof in my hand that I got. And to me, it looks perfect. I'm like, yes. And I was like telling people, it's going to be on Amazon. It's ready. It'll be ready in a day. It's going to be up there any minute. And it has this nice spine on there. You can't see it. That says Love Zombies Land. The cover, the front page is the full page. It looks, got paid for the proofs, ordered the proofs, all good. Then I went publish on Amazon. And then it said, boom. Oh, your front cover page is in a bleed. And you can't have text on your spine. And you can, after I've ordered it, it's in my hand. It looks perfect. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? So I had to go on and I had to make this page smaller. And I had to, for whatever reason, because they've decided after I already ordered a 79-page book with the spine, they decided, oh, your book has 77 pages. It can't have a spine text. So I had to delete this. And then I had to make this smaller. And then, so I went on. But then I saw the next day, it went through. And then it is on there. And then Chris ordered one. And that's when I said, oh, I didn't even see it yet. That's the only reason I didn't tell anyone, because I want to get that, because I felt like, oh yeah, if they're getting this, it's ready to go. But it's not this exact one. I mean, it looks almost identical now because Chris, kindly as he is, he's a very thoughtful, considerate person. He knows I was talking about it and like, I hope it looks good. Let me know. He sent me a video on Sunday, I think. Or was it Saturday? Saturday or Sunday? No, Sunday, I think. And he sent me a video. The cover looks great. The spine text is now gone. The only thing, and I want to see it, but he showed me his inside page and it doesn't look like this. It's smaller. And it's, to me, now it looks good, but I know what it was. And it was perfect. To me, it's not totally centered. And I'm just like, so I have to see it myself. So and I have a copy. It's supposed to be here today. I was waiting for it all day by the door. I'm like, not by the door, but I've been waiting. Like, is it here? Is it here? Because I want to see it. Because I'm just like, if it looks good, I'm just going to say, okay, it's ready to go. Because if not, then I have to upload it again and then order another one. I'm just like, but that was like a cruel little joke. It's like, why the freak did I pay for these and order these and it was fine. And then you tell me afterwards, once I put publish, oh no, you can't have this. Just like, well, God. So anyway, it should be here. I've been like, usually I'll get like a notification, your delivery's been dropped off, but now we're getting a little late here. Let's see if it came yet. Because usually it'll say, no, still nothing. Nope, I'm just checking my thing. It says it was out for delivery today. It's expected today, but I still haven't gotten it. So anyway, yes, you could order it. I mean, Chris has looked good. And for me, it's just one of those things. Like again, I want to make sure everything's right. And then I'm like, oh, did I upload the right manuscript? I know I did because I looked. But, you just like looking like a million times because you're about to put a whole email list out, try to tell, hey, my book's out. And if people order it, you want it to be right, not an old version. I'm just like, oh, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, holy cannoli. Yes. Aw. But yes, it is up there. Yes. Okay. 1 second. Let me just media real quick here. And I am going to play a little commercial real quick. Actually, we're going to play a little song and a thing here. Hold on 1 second. And I also have a Drago. I have a new video as well. But let's just play this real quick, guys, just in case you didn't know. Hey guys, have you noticed it too? The world is changing fast. Technology, AI, social media, endless scrolling. Sometimes it feels like we're all trying to keep up while wondering what we've lost along the way. The world is changing. This isn't about resisting the change, and it's not about living in the past. It's about bringing the best of what makes us human with us into the future. Authentic human connection, meaningful conversations, creativity, community, kindness, being human. I'm Hollis, and I don't claim to have all the answers, but like you, I'm simply navigating this changing world one day at a time. And that's why I created this community. It's a place for real conversations, shared experiences, curiosity, creativity, and connection. It's a place where like-minded people can come together and remember what matters most. In a world filled with self-promotion, this community isn't just about me. It's about us. So as my contribution, I'll share things that I do create. Music, podcasts, stories, creative projects, special events I'm thinking about having, and a complimentary digital copy of Love Zombies Land. A story for kids, but a reminder for adults too. But the real value here isn't just the content. It's the community we're building together. And if that sounds like something you've been looking for, I'd love to have you join us. The world is changing, guys, but let's bring the best of what makes us human with us. If you're interested or thinking about joining, head over to buymeacoffee.com/Hollis-Mahady and check it out. And just in case, real quick, the world has forgotten something important, and it's up to Lolly and the Love Zombies army to help us remember. What happened? Why is it playing? Wait, the world has forgotten something important, and it's up to Lolly and the Love Zombies army to help us remember. When the evil Drago unleashes dark energies and dangerous amnesia fumes across Earth, a colorful band of heroes embark on a cosmic adventure filled with friendship, imagination, and heart. Love Zombies Land, a story for kids, but a reminder for adults too. Available now as a digital download exclusively at hollismahady.com. Each copy includes access to bonus content and a special soundtrack through an exclusive QR code inside the book. Join the community at buymeacoffee.com/HollisMahady and receive a free digital copy as a thank you. And coming soon, the paperback edition, which will be available on Amazon. Join Lolly and the Love Zombies Army on their mission to help the world remember what matters most: love. Yeah, so there you go. So you can see it doesn't say available yet, but I have them all in the queue and ready when they are. And it says now available on Amazon. That's very exciting. It's a very exciting prospect. Like I said, I ordered one myself. The cool thing is you could order like author copies and they're a lot cheaper. So I don't have to pay the full price for them. And I hear it clicking, ticking. Yes. So yeah, so we'll see. I just have to, like I said, read it one more time and then I'm gonna it's ready. I doubt it, even if I don't know. I consulted with ChatGPT because ChatGPT had helped me do the whole cover and everything. I know it sounds weird, but even they said, well, I said, do you think this looks off centered? And they said no. And I said, okay, well, I don't know. So if that's the only thing, then I think I won't reorder and just put it out as it is. But it's like, like I said, it's just one of those things where it's like, it was perfect. But practice makes perfect and nobody's perfect. So why practice? Oh, that doesn't apply. I remember someone saying that. That doesn't make, remember that? Did anyone ever hear that one? Practice makes perfect, but nobody's perfect. So why practice? No, that's not good advice. You still got to practice. But nothing's perfect, right? Perfect time, perfect thing. It's better let's just get it out so we can move on and spread the love and introduce Lolly to the world. So, yes. So, and also what I did this weekend was I did another video. So maybe we'll debut that tonight as well of Drago. It's funny when I was doing this one now, like I played Roy G. Biv so far on here and I played Lolly. So we have the two songs, Everything Is Me and Roy G. Biv. And Drago is our villain, as I've talked about, with the dark energies and the amnesia fumes, and he's coming to Earth and everyone's forgetting and all that stuff. And when I was making that video, like I love the song, so I enjoyed it and the character and everything. But with the Love Zombie and Lolly and Bridget Biv, I just loved it. I was getting so into it. I'm like, oh, so happy. But I was doing Drago. I still enjoyed it, but I wasn't as happy because he's the villain and his dark energies. I mean, he's not spreading love. He's spreading darkness. So I wasn't as happy making it, but I wasn't sad. I think my point is I definitely enjoy the light more than the dark. So, there we go. Tim said just add two blank pages. That was what we did with the chicken soup for the soul book we did. Soul. Yeah. I thought about that as well. But like it was already done. It was like I could have just maybe added 2 pages, but it still would have been the problem with the front thing with the bleed and all that. I don't know. It wasn't uploading. I mean, this took me so many tries. It was all like bleed and then I went to no bleed and made it smaller and they had no problem with the rest of the book. It was just the front cover. So that's why I had to make it smaller, but thank you for that. I will keep that in mind for next time if they ever reject my book because it doesn't have enough pages in it. But yes, so What else, guys? Okay, so let's see. Let's get should we get into the title? The title of my show tonight. Here, I have it here. You'd think I would forget already. It's not like but I'm just reading exactly what it is. Let's go to the Rumble. Let's see if anybody's on Rumble. Rumble. I'm doing this in live time. My phone, as I said, I don't love this phone as much. I'm not as quick with it, but here we go. In live time, Rumble is where usually I have more people. I think that's where most people, I'm just saying, watches it. Where I get you guys see your chat, and most of them are Rumble. Well, yeah. Okay, so let's see. Let's find the account, and it is rejected again. Do we really need their validation? Oh, and then what is the? Sorry, guys, I should have this planned out a little better. I don't like dead air and me just looking here, but let's see if I could find the description. Oh, here it is. After receiving rejection from Big Hug Music Group, I talked about this, that I had submitted my music and spent $100, and I was patiently waiting to see if they accepted my music. They did not, by the way, and I found out this morning. But after that rejection, and I made a video, so we'll watch that together. That was in raw time. I was like, but it's okay. I don't care anymore. I've calmed down and I've accepted it. But I found myself asking a bigger question. Why do we give so much power to the opinions of strangers? So this is just another thing, another rejection, a disappointment. Why didn't it happen? Why do certain things happen in our life? How do we keep believing when someone who says they are a human curated, I keep messing that word up, human curated music, searching for the best human music out there. I guess when you get a rejection and someone says, we're searching for the best human music ever out there, and you're not it. We don't want your music. So you kind of feel like, gosh, well, I still think it's the best human music out there. But in this episode, I share my thoughts on rejection, gatekeepers. Ooh, that's a good one. Validation and the difficult journey of separating your self-worth from other people's approval, right? Because maybe a long time ago, I would have been like, oh, they rejected me. Oh no, I don't know. I've always had self-confidence and stuff, but when you're younger, my point is saying when you get a little older and you've been through it so many times, so many disappointments, so many rejections, and so many you do kind of get used to it. Not like that's a good thing. And then you think, oh, so I talk about manifesting, right? Did I manifest it? Is there the deep rooted fear that I was going to get rejected? Like, I really believe I was going to get it. But did I deep down? Did my core really know the rejection was coming? All that kind of stuff. But whether it's music, writing, business, social media, or life itself, many of us spend years seeking acceptance from people and institutions that may never truly see our value. I've also discussed why I've never been particularly comfortable with the traditional entertainment industry. After years of navigating music industry politics, gatekeepers, and systems where success often seems tied to connections, timing, trends, and approval from others, I found myself questioning whether that's a game I want to keep playing. I mean, I don't want to play that game. As we know, life is a gift. It's a game we play. But which game do you choose to play? I've decided to play the game with my heart and instead of my mind, follow my heart. You hear that a lot, but your heart and your soul and all that stuff. But what if rejection isn't always a reflection of our worth? What if the real challenge is learning to believe in ourselves even when others don't? Yeah, that's a big one. Join me for an honest conversation about creativity, perseverance, self-belief, and what happens when we stop allowing gatekeepers to determine the value of our work. This isn't a story about Big Hug Music Group. I just, just mentioning the name because that's who it was. It's a story about rejection, independence, and learning to keep creating whether someone says yes or no. Because that's the thing, right? I said that a couple of weeks ago. When you're, especially with all this AI stuff, and it's harder and harder for, I think, musicians to make a living, for independent people to make a living, for animators. I'm going to talk about that as well. There was a video clip I saw. And speaking of me using these videos and that I'm making for Lolly and Drago and Roy G. Biv, myself was like, oh my God, I remember thinking, this looks like a Disney movie. There's a lot of jobs gone right there because of AI. So all that stuff. But it's saying, do you still make it? Okay, so wasn't chosen by these people. I didn't make it, and they're like, that I didn't get picked. But am I gonna give up now because they didn't like my music and like, oh, I hate my song must not be that good. It's not because they don't think it's the best human music ever. No. Or am I gonna still go? Of course I'm gonna keep going and putting it out there. It's not even keep going. It's just like it's there. It's just more like, do I keep trying to promote and let people find it? That's the part I hate. Um, but sometimes because sometimes the moment we stop asking for permission is the moment we finally become free. So there you go. So that's exactly what happened. I saw it today, and maybe I will play the video. This is my raw reaction um when I got rejected. But it's all right. But the thing is, like, maybe I'll just play it and then talk about it a little bit more when I come back. And in the chat room, anyone else out there, if you had some disappointments in your life, not to relive them or anything, but this is the time. This is the time we can heal together and grow together. If anyone has gone through something similar, because a lot of times I don't know. You don't usually know till later. Certain things happen that we're disappointed and we wish it didn't, but you don't learn until later. I always talk about divine timing and divine protection. You're glad it didn't happen. I don't know what it would be in this case. You know, I like you want your music in a movie, you want your music in a commercial. Why? The main thing is so you can get paid. I mean, without that, I don't really care. I'm gonna make a movie and put my own music in it. So it's gonna be in a movie anyway. And there you go. So let's go over. Okay, so when I have to share, I got it queued up here. Let me go here real quick. Okay. Here we go. I'm gonna just play this. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna present your invite, Hollis. Board up, Hollis. Share the screen. Okay, let's share the screen. Okay, I think it's this one. Okay, there it is. Share. Oop. Okay, am I in my StreamYard now? Go back to StreamYard. I'll share. Add to the stage. Oh, look at that. Look at my face. Is that a face of someone who's been rejected? Oh my god. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Let's play this, and then we will reflect on it. Okay, let me go back and push play real quick. Here we go. Okay, I can push play. Big Hug Music Group looking for human made music. They're human curated. That's what it is, right? Humans are going to review the submissions. Okay, so if anyone knows me, I'm not a huge fan of music industry. I love music, I love art, I love books, I love creating. I would call myself a real artist, a human. Okay, so I don't do this anymore because everything costs money. We talk about that. People these days, they don't see music and like it and want to share it. They need to be paid to like something. See, I'm that old school. Like, I'm not going to pay people to like my music and to share it. There's a difference between advertising. Okay, fine. I get all that, right? But I guess I'm in that minority of people. See, I lived in Hollywood. I was in the music industry. I traveled the world. I toured the world. I played at Abbey Road. I would consider myself a real artist at this point. And considering my album cost me a lot of money to make, was all real instruments, all real writing, everything, I feel pretty confident that I'm a real human made artist. But here we go. So about 4 months ago, I saw an ad that came on and all this debate with AI and everything. The guy comes on, we're looking for the best human made music. We don't care about your streaming numbers. We don't care about social media status, all that. I'm thinking, okay. So finally comes out, they say, okay, go to our music, submit your songs. And I'm excited about it because my album, I'm like, you know what? A syncing agency, for people who are not familiar with music, a sync is when they take your music and it lands in and they pitch it to a commercial or a movie scene. And that's how artists, really, honestly, the only reason I submitted it, everybody wants to make some money from their music. I've not made a lot of money in my career, but I'm like, okay, well, I have some good songs. I feel confident with them. They were produced. One in particular, I'm like, I always hear it in a movie. That's the only reason I said, okay, let me submit it, because if it actually ever got a movie, maybe I could make some money back. Not like I'm going to get rich, but maybe I'll make a little bit of money back from the 20 plus years in the industry of not making hardly any money. I digress. But the point is, okay, so I decided I'm going to submit it. So you go on the website and I wanted to submit, you could only submit up to 4 tracks. Okay. And of course, but there's a submission fee. Okay. And I'm really like, I feel very confident in my tracks. I'm like, okay, I'm going to try this. Submitted 4 songs, cost me $100. I know that's a drop in the bucket to the gatekeepers who actually make their living off of people like us who create, and then they take our music and profit and then tell us, they're the gatekeepers, that we're not good enough, we're not picked, we're not selected, all that. Okay, I'm gonna put my music. So I pay the $100, scraping by, pay the $100, submit the music. So that was about 4 months ago. In that 4 months, I keep seeing big music group come up. We're looking for the best artists. All the ads that they must be spending all that money on their Facebook ads and their Instagram ads and all that. And I'm thinking, okay, time's passing. Then I get an email maybe like 2 months later saying, oh my gosh, we've gotten so many submissions. I see their Instagram went from like a couple hundred followers to like 20,000 or more. And I'm doing the math. I'm thinking, okay, if they're getting all these suckers like us, like, hopefuls, oh my God, will they pick me? Maybe my music, maybe they'll pick me. Maybe these gatekeepers will decide if I'm a real human or if my music's good enough. This is why I hate the music industry, not just the music industry, all of these things where it's like, I just hope the whole thing crumbles and burns down. And I'm a big advocate for burning it down and for artists taking control back. But it's the same boat, right? All artists, no, how do I make money? How do I make money? Maybe I'll get in a movie. Maybe I'll get a commercial. Maybe I'll get a sync. I'm so glad that I've just accepted that things have changed and things have changed, but in a different way. Artists have always been ripped off. Artists have not made a lot of money, except if you hit it big, or if you're one of those 1%, or if you play the game, or, you have a chance more like that. And there's always that 1%. So time's going by and I'm thinking, 4 months, I keep seeing it. I haven't heard anything back, but I'm seeing their ads that they're still looking. They're looking for that human-made music, no AI, human-made, human curated. You're paying for a real human to review your music. Oh my God, a real human's gonna listen to my music. Wow. Oh my gosh. So look at the day and age we live, right? Who would ever have thought we were saying this? So I'm thinking, okay, well, they must have not liked mine. They must have not found mine. If they're still looking, not saying they just want mine and then they'll stop looking. But my point is saying, okay, they're so backlogged that they can't get back to like, probably if it's just not just me, 4 months of people. If you do the math, say 1,000 people spent even $20. Maybe not everyone submitted 4 tracks. Maybe, but say 1,000 people submitted 1 track. That's $20. So you do the math, right? $20 times, that's $20,000. Say 1,000 people did 4 tracks. 1,000 times 100, that's $100,000. Okay, so someone's getting paid, not the artists. We're the ones paying them, the suckers, right? Artists, guys, if you were as annoyed at this whole thing with me, and it's like it might sound like sour grapes, because obviously my tracks didn't get picked, and I'll show you the email I got. Oh, Hollis, just didn't get picked this time. Your song's not that good. Now, maybe 10 years ago, and a message for other artists out there who might be never been through all this. This is why I hate the music industry. The thing that pisses me off the most is like, I could see them, if they actually listen, they might have. There's going to be, I don't know, maybe 1, maybe 2, maybe 4 people listening. My song comes up, the song that is human, that I know is good, that I paid all my money for, that I went, lived, tore, breathed, died for this music, so to speak, but they're the gatekeepers. They're going to be there having their coffee, and these are guys in the UK, and I love the UK, so no offense, but they're I don't know about that one. And usually, I could be wrong. Maybe some of the people who curated are musicians, but I've dealt with a lot of industry people. They don't have a music bone in them, but they're the ones deciding. Yeah, I think we'll pass on that. That must be not. And like, they're sitting there listening to my song, "Where'd You Go, Girl," that I know is just a great song. Not being my ego, but I know it's a good song, and I hear it in a soundtrack for sure. That's why I submitted it. Like, Shadow Dance, "Where'd You Go, Girl," and "Devil and Me" were the 4 I submitted. And I'll play a little bit after them. Maybe you could decide, but I'm thinking, like, just knowing what I know, because I've lived through it for so many years and dealt with so many of these people who are literally the gatekeepers. They decide. See, he decides if I'm going to make money. Now, the thing is, I'll read the rejection email in a minute. It's a sync catalog. You could still put these songs in there. And if an opportunity comes up, now I need it. How do you project into the future in a year from now that they're not going to need a song about, I don't know, like, we know the opportunities that are coming up. My point is, it wouldn't cost them anything to have the song as an option in there. We're only building the best catalog. Again, this might sound like sour grapes, but it's just like,
How do you know what they're going to ask for in a year? You know, like, where did you go, girl? Could just sit in there. And if you are in a stinky, it doesn't mean you'll automatically get in a movie. It just means at least it's there. A lot of times I think, their job is to try to get you placements, but if it's in there, at least you're like, oh, well, you just never know. Maybe the name of the movie is Where'd You Go, Girl? In 3 years, it hasn't been made, but somehow they know. They know. My point is, it wouldn't hurt them to have the song in there. I'm pretty sure. Maybe I'm wrong. It doesn't cost them money to have your songs in their catalog, so they could go look for it. So here we are, over 4 months later, and I get this rejection. Hi, Hollis. Hope you're doing well. Please accept our apologies and the amount of time it has taken to get our feedback to you, and thank you for trusting us with your music. We have now completed a review of the following tracks from our music supervisors for the below. Artist, Hollis Mayday, Devil in Me, Where'd You Go, Girl, Hole in Our Hearts, Shadow Dance. After careful consideration, we decided not to move forward with representation at this time. Every submission received by Big Hug Music Group is listened to and considered by real people who genuinely care about music. I wonder who these people are who genuinely care about music. As a human-created, human-curated company, our decisions are based on whether the music feels like the right fit for the synchronization opportunities we currently see in the catalog we're building. It's important to stress that this decision is not a reflection of the quality of your music, your talent, or potential as an artist. Sync is an incredibly competitive space, and decisions are often influenced by very specific creative and commercial requirements. One thing we've learned after many years in the music is that different people hear different things. While your music has not made it through our current sync A&R process, we are only one opinion, a very large. That's true. You're only one opinion. Yes, it says, please stay up to date with our ongoing music searches here. Yes, I can't wait to stay up to date. So all the searches, so I could pay every time to submit something. So you tell me no. There's no need to resubmit your tracks you've already sent to us. Only tracks that have not been previously submitted. Thank you again for sharing your music with us, and we wish you every success with your future releases. Team Big Hug. Okay, again. So I've been rejected. I mean, most musicians, artists, they've been rejected as part of the game. You rejected more times than you ever are accepted. My point is more, one, I'm happy just doing it myself, because I always say quality over quantity. Sure. Really the disappointment is, you want to break once in a while. Oh my God, it might go in a movie. I might get a couple grand. I could pay off some of my bills. I could pay off the rent. I could keep going. Okay, that's really why. Not that I'm looking for validation. Not that because they didn't accept me. Oh, my song must suck. They don't like me. I'm done. I'm not, it's just more like the process of it. The gatekeepers, these people. Again, I don't know who exactly reviewed it. Maybe they are musicians. It's case in my experience, the people who were going to get you to the next level, they didn't have a musical bone in their body, with the exception of one or two. But most of the people, the industry people, they don't know music. But they are the ones who are deciding. Were they out touring? Were they out writing? Were they sacrificing? No, but they hold the key to people like us, and that's what I say. I hate being, and I will not be one of those people anymore. And I just, that's okay. If 10 people hear my music and love it, that's important to me. Great. Those 10 people I'm going to take care of them for as long as they live and I live. Maybe it's 20, maybe it's 30, maybe it's 100, maybe it's 1,000 followers on Instagram someday. Oh my God. That's more important. That's to me. Now, I feel bad for people who maybe this is their first time around and they really want to be a star and they're thinking, oh my God, and they could be heartbroken that their music didn't get passed. And they're like, oh, see, I've been through it. So I know the game. I know how the game is. It's just a different thing. Now it's all going to be human-made music. Like, how pathetic. Human-made music. But that's their big selling. We want human-made music because AI is everywhere. So everyone's like, oh, because all artists are like, what do we do? What do we do now? Oh, and they even said, your last hope is sync. So now it's like everyone like, oh, I got rejected. So I'd love to see if there's anyone who actually got accepted. And, human-made music. I would love to see their catalog and what they chose. It's a pile of makes me happy. I just put out my book, Love Zombies. It's a nice feeling. No one wrote me and said, ha ha, Lolly sucks. We decided that she's not going anywhere. No. Oh, we have a great song, but we're the gatekeepers. No, I don't think so. So there's some freedom with that. And that's a good thing with the direct to fan and like selling things from your website. Go, if you're someone who's been rejected a million times like me, you still could do it yourself. These industry gatekeepers, they're still there. The whole industry's dying. The model's dying. These guys, they jumped on the ship. Everyone is like, oh, so I'm sure they made a good 100, 200, 300 grand. They must have. You have to think about it. Say, like I said, if 1,000 people, I'm sure there was, the 1,000 people submitted 4 tracks. There's $100,000. So who's the suckers? Are the artists getting ripped off again? my point is, this is how it's always done. And it's only until artists actually come together. And I'm a big advocate for that. But I've realized myself, people don't want to help each other. You know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's someone who will watch this and be like, Hollis, let's be on together and make our own sync agency. I'm all for it. Voice of Freedom Records. But you know what? I need help. Everyone's busy competing. Look at my followers. No one shares. No one engages. I don't know how to get them to do it. And I don't know. But so if you see this and you want to do something against it, I can't do it all alone. Frankly, at this point, I'm just trying to do my thing again. I've always been out there like, oh, we should be on together, go against these people, like make our own, treat artists good. They were good at marketing. You know, they got a lot of people. Now, not to say that they are totally fake. I'm not saying they're fake. I'm not saying that they don't get syncs. I'm not saying that their roster or their panel who selects and who is playing God over here to all the hopeful artists are liars. I mean, you know, they probably do have some great music. Maybe someone got a completely different email than I did. Oh, and they have a sync deal and they just made their first $3,000. But do the freaking math. Let's look at their thing one more time. Instagram, if they have, how many followers do they have? Let's see. Big Hug Music Group, 26.8 thousand followers. And on their little sync post, 16.3K comments on just one of the ones. I've seen like a million of them. So do that math too. Say 10,000 people. And at this day, I'm sure it's not far-fetched. Say 10,000 people submitted their tracks for $100. That's $1 million. Someone's making $1 million, but it's not the artist as usual. Again, there's artists who make it really big. They're very few and far between. No, they have a staff. Oh my God. Well, they have a staff, so they have to pay them for their time to listen to music that they love so much. They have to human curate. So if they have a staff, to pay their staff or whatever. Jaded. Am I jaded? Yes, I am jaded. But do I still love music? Do I still believe in art? Do I still believe in humanity? Yes. So I'm putting my own music out on Voice of Freedom Records. Everything's available at my website, hollismady.com. You know, there's some free tracks. If you want to pay $1, like all that is there. And yeah, I just think it's important to talk about, because unlike a lot of people, and it's not their fault, because people think if you suck up to these people, if you had a big manager or an agent, you'd be in. It's all about who you know. That is 100% true. There might be people who are like, oh, so you're just, I got in, my music was, I would love to hear if other people got their music accepted. How many got them accepted? And I would love to hear some of these tracks. We'll never know, right? But there you go. So think next time. Don't play their game. Build your own. That's what I've been doing. Build your own. I'm always looking to find other people. Unfortunately, it's a big ego show out there. I have not had a lot of people who said, hey, Alice, Voice of Freedom Records, I put it out there as looking for other artists. Nothing, because, you know, you want the flashy gatekeepers. Well, that's what you get. Go play the game. I'm going to play my own game over here. If anyone's interested in joining, how about real artists for real artists? There's my point. There's never a shortcut. Doesn't mean I'll never submit anything. I will not pay ever again to submit anything. Oh, I'll add one last thing. You know, a lot of people like, oh, I don't want to put this out. Should I tag this person? Should I tag big music? But there goes my career. I guess the most freeing thing is I don't want to be a rock star. I don't want to be a pop star. I know how this works. And I'm tired of these gatekeepers. I am tired of these people telling us what we are worth and that we're judging our music. And you know, I create, and a lot of musicians create to connect with other people. There are people who will like these songs. So I don't need your validation. I don't care if I'm blacklisted from the industry, because I don't give a shit. I mean, that's the most liberating thing. And I know a lot of people can't say that because they're thinking, oh my God, it's all about who you know. Yeah, it's about who you know. But that's the great thing. I mean, it's so liberating when you truly, really care about connecting with fans and you're willing to do the legwork and you're willing to say, you know what, quality over quantity. If you're not chasing millions of views, or if you're not under the delusion that you're going to be a millionaire, you're going to be a rock star. Yeah, you don't want to burn bridges if you're still in that thinking that's going to happen. Sure, because it is about who you know. Absolutely. Like, it's not about anything else. It's not about how good your music is. It's not about whether it's human. It's about who you know. And who's your buddy, or maybe your cousin is it's favors, it's politics, it's sex. That's what the music industry is. So anyone sees this, oh, Hollis Media, make sure she never gets anywhere. Hey, I guess that's a great thing. I don't give a how great is that? Like, not a lot of people can say that. So, maybe there should be some record labels, like my record label I started, Voice of Freedom Records, put my own stuff out. Maybe it should be some record labels and sync agencies run by artists. Yeah. So there you go.
Light a match and watch it burn down to the ground. Burn it down, 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 burn it down. Where did you go? Where did you go, girl? Where did you go? Now you're home, girl. Now you're home, girl. Where you belong, girl.
Hello, hello. Hello. Oh, yes, you can hear me. Hello, everybody. I am back. Okay, let me get rid of that. So, yeah, there you go. That was like fresh off the boat, fresh off the rejection train. I was like, oh, but you know what? Time is, I don't even really care that much anymore. But I mean, it is true. You know, you think about it, and it was just one of those things where it just brought me back. Like, I even vowed when I came back with my album and everything, I said, just getting the album out and everything leading up to it, everything prior to releasing this album that I wrote myself for the last 10 years, blah blah blah. Um, that was really the accomplishment in its own. It was more of like, what's it called? Like a bucket list thing. Like there was after everything went wrong with the band and that kind of ended how it did. And there was all this music in my heart and soul, and there's still music in there that's going to come out, and I'm still going to write my second album. But more of it was just I would needed to get it out of me into the world. Now, regardless now if anyone will see it or not see it, I guess hear it, but see it too with the videos and everything. Now that's into God's hands. And so, yes, my little mind said, "Ooh, a human thing. Let me submit my music." And that's what you're used to. I thought, oh, maybe something will be different this time. It's like my new songs. Someone's gonna find it and be like, this is the best thing ever. But it's not. To me, yes, and to other people, yes. They're just one person's opinion, and like they even said in the email, it's just one person's opinion. Can did you get really that mad and say, oh, they were horrible? That like, no, I just you never know, and it's one of those things too where it's like, oh, it's human created. Okay, so that means a real human listened to it, and then their feedback or their email. I'm sure that's the email they sent to everyone. Again, it didn't say they were going to say like why we liked it or why we didn't like it or give you a critique of it. I guess it didn't say that, so you shouldn't expect that. I guess, but I guarantee that's the email that everyone got. So kind of like jobs. It's like, oh, you didn't get that job. You're left wondering why. Who got it? Who got it instead? What do they have that I didn't have? What was their music like? Or were they your cousin or were they did the boss know? It's just always, like I said, am I jaded? Yes. Unfortunately, yes, I'm jaded when it comes to the music business in that world and everything. But you don't want to be around jade. Like, it's really hard to fool yourself and be like, no, I'm not jaded. No, I'm told, no, like, I'm like 20 again, like, oh, and bright eyed and bushy tailed. You live, you learn. And people do say, oh, you get jaded. But, it's not a way to be in life. I don't think in like daily life, I'm like, screw everything. Um, but it's certain things you just, unfortunately, you live and you learn, and then you see how the game is played. And I just made that decision a while ago. I don't want to play that game. I just don't want to play the game. And then don't complain. I'm not going to be spending money to submit songs anywhere again. If there's a free thing, or if someone comes to me and says, I have a short film. I would love to play your song. Where'd you go, girl, in it? And they actually like my music and want to make it easy and find me or whatever, which I find that hard to believe in this day and age. But hey, you never know. That's why I say put in God's hands. My music, there's 2 songs out right now. There's a third one coming soon. The album will be out probably like at the end of this year. And Where Did You Go, Girl will be in a movie. It will be in my movie. If I have to make my own movie, I will. just like I made my own book. So maybe we'll get back to that. I don't if anyone has any input or comments or anything. If anyone creative out there is watching this, if they've been rejected. I saw some girl on Instagram. She's doing like her rejection diaries, and she'll have like all the time she was rejected this week. But she also does like, but out of like 10, I got one. And out of it's just it's a lottery. It's a, keep trying, keep trying. But it's just one of those things. I'm past the point of, I think that's the biggest thing. Letting other people dictate and decide your success, or letting them dictate and decide how you feel. Like, oh, well, I was rejected. I feel like, oh, because this guy in the UK doesn't think my music's the best human music in the world, So it's just more of that thing. It's like, yeah, you just want to. I just at this point in my life, you just want to do things that you don't want to set yourself up for disappointment. And yeah, as much as you say it, oh, just I don't care. There's always that little part of you that like is hopeful. Oh, when I saw it, I'm like, oh, maybe I hope so. You could lie to yourself, but yeah, of course you want to get selected. Of course you want to get picked. It's like, there's that validation. Like someone else thinks it's good now because I haven't not that many people heard it. Maybe it's not as good as I really think, or maybe it's and that you leave yourself saying like, oh, maybe is it not that good? Is it just me? Is everybody feel this way about their own music? I'm sure they do. Like I know I am the best song. No, I am the best song. Everybody feels that, I think, about their kid, right? Everyone wants to show you pictures of their kid. I have the best kid in the world, So, but to you it is. And like that's why it's subjective. Like music is subjective, unfortunately. Like who knows? I don't know. Maybe they had some of Drago's energy stuck on them. And that'll be a nice little transition. Should we play my little Drago thing I made over here? Let's go over to our media banners and our media things. And I queued it up here. I have my Roy G. Biv, and I have Lolly the Love Zombie. Everything is me up there as well. But I've already played those. So should we do a little Drago? Because Drago has the dark, bad energies. But you can get a little sneak peek of what he looks like. And the song is a nice little groove to it. So I like the song. So I'll play that. But yeah, no, Drago's, you just got to, like I said, check under your check in your socks, check in your shoes. If you wear a hat, make sure you check under there, because those little dark energies could be hiding there, and those amnesia fumes that make us forget who we really are, why we're here. Are we really here just to get sinks from Big Hug Sync Agency? No, we're here for other things. If they don't find the music helpful or whatever, marketable, or it can't be in a movie. I mean, some of the big things they were pitching was like Love Island. I mean, I don't even watch reality shows, but I mean, if that's the music, I never saw that show. That's just an example because I know it's one of them because I saw it. I mean, is that a reality show? I think so. Where, I mean, you're thinking like, does your music even want to be in that? I want my Where Did You Go, Girl is pretty deep. It's more about and Shadow Dance. That's some of these are deeper. Yeah, probably not going to be on like a reality TV show where like The Bachelorette, where they're dumping each other or fighting or whatever. My songs in the background. Like at the end of the day, you just do it because they even say in there, oh well, sync's the only way to make money anymore. So of course you're like, oh great, well they don't like me. Maybe someone else will. If that's the only way and they don't like you, we're like, oh okay, more confirmation. But whatever. We are moving on. But that was pretty much why I just decided to play the video. But I don't really even feel that intense about it anymore. I mean, it's just like, they're dead to me. They're dead to me. Wish them well. And maybe the people they picked, if anyone ever sees this, which I probably won't, because I don't get the push by the algorithm or have the money to promote all of this podcast. But if anyone ever sees this and they did get picked, let me know. I would love to know. Maybe there's a positive experience. I would hope so. Aw. Thank you, Chris. Chris, as I finished your book, I loved it. Good, because I was worried. Was there no typing? I mean, I checked it a million times. I don't think there's any spelling errors, but like I don't think I have an OCD brain. What does OCD mean? Like, but you have to upload a transcript separately and the cover. The cover I had to put up again with the spine gone, and then I uploaded the transcript, like all the words and everything. And I'm like, I double checked it, but I'm like, what if I did the wrong one? Until I see it in my hand, I'm like, okay, I'm not telling anyone else. But you guys got the special bonus. Yes. Can you, and are you excited for book 2? That's where it's going to get really interesting. And let me, without giving it away. Well, Chris already read it. Without giving away, because the second book's in my head. It hasn't come out through the pen yet. But you know, the love zombies, they get dispersed all over the earth. And I'm pretty sure one of them's going to land in the UK. But anywhere else would be fun to see a love zombie navigate. I think one of them's going to end up in Maine as well. I like to do things where I have some, reference to the places, because I live there. Las Vegas. I think one of them's going to end up in a casino somewhere. Yes. Yes. Oh, Chris says I need book 2. Yes. Chris, you're going to laugh. I have to send you a video that AI made. It's what I said. Can you have one of the love zombies land in the UK and they run into someone in the UK? I'll send it to you. That'll might make you feel better. It'll lighten up your day a little bit, because you just got to imagine it. Because like I said, the first book, which was written so long ago, the idea for it really is the backstory. Like, it's talking more about love zombies land and like their powers and the army they're putting together and their journey to Earth and all that. But you have to read the end of book 2 to see where Lolly lands. And then they also go other places. So where else would be good places for them to land? Definitely. I will definitely send that to you. But yes, one of them definitely lands in the UK, maybe more. Because remember, there's a lot of love zombies that coming to Earth. And there's different kinds of love zombies. So they have different talents. There's a lot of, they're not just musicians. I mean, all of them naturally have these abilities, but some of them are chefs and the planters, and some of them are jokesters and tricksters, and they're all like have separate little magical talents and stuff. And so they land everywhere. Can you imagine? I think one of them's going to land in Cleveland, obviously. We have the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame over there. But in other countries too, like I said, the UK, of course. But Japan would be a good one. So any ideas, let me know. It's a community. We're contributing. But could you imagine? Now they're going to come and they're going to start to integrate. What's the word? Or start like talking to humans, and humans are like, well, like what's this? Like, even like as far, because love zombies are not political. I mean, they don't know about any of these. They're not left, right, middle, side, whatever. They're not, they don't have a certain religion. They don't have anything like that. So people are like, wait, what? Like what? Like, what are you? They're just love zombies. So now, Chris, you could appreciate this knowing Drago a little bit more because he got the book. And remember, guys, if you're watching, if you're one of those 13 eyeballs up there and you're interested in getting the book, it's exclusively right now as a digital download on my website, hollismighty.com. There it is right there. There's Love Zombies Land exclusively on hollismighty.com. And probably tomorrow it'll be on Amazon. I just want to double check. It is technically there if you can't wait. I take Chris's word that I think it's okay. Like you think it's good to go. You know me, like I said, I've explained it 100 times now. I'm just paranoid. I need just the last holding one in my hand to say, okay, because I only have ones with not for resale on the cover there. But there you go, guys. If you want to go grab it, it is there. And you're going to meet our villain, Drago. You guys ready to meet Drago? Y'all ready? Y'all ready for this? Wait, hold on. Y'all ready for this? Here we go. Y'all ready for Drago? Let's welcome Drago, the villain, the one who brings down the party. He wants it to rain, guys. He doesn't want you to smile. He doesn't want you to love each other. Does that sound like the Debbie Downer, the party pooper in the room? He doesn't want you happy. He doesn't want you to love. He does not want you to remember your purpose in life, which is to love each other unconditionally, to have fun, to lighten up, and to enjoy the human experience. He is here to ruin that for everybody, and he does a good job of that. But the love zombies to the rescue. All right, so that was a little bit dramatic. Aw, thank you, Chris. Thank you so much. Aw, he says the book is so good. Everyone check it out. And I will have to ask you, Chris, and I'm sure you won't mind if you could share those sentiments on Amazon with a 5-star review. That's how we'll get enough people to see it. So Aaron as well. Aaron, I'm going to be sending you your copy. And if you guys, and if anyone in this chat room wants a copy, I will send it to you for free. Don't worry. Just let me know. I will email you the digital download, and in return, I just ask you to review it on Amazon. Again, you could be real. I'm not going to say just 5 stars review, but I would hope you wouldn't give me a 1. But if anyone wants it, because you are all special, and if you are already on Buy Me a Coffee, it's up there already, so you can get it. Members and supporters. So if you donated at any point, pretty sure you could get that. I think I hit that button. If not, anyone in this chat room who has been here for Holistic supporting and wants a copy of the book, I will email it to you. Just let me know. You know how to get in touch with me, hollismahady.com or hollis.mahady@gmail.com. Just let me know. And like I said, because then we could, you got to have the reviews and all that. I'm going to ask my sister to review and Dan to review it, number 1. So we gotta get Lolly the Love Zombie out there, because they're on a mission here. They're on a big mission. Thank you, Chris. You did. Oh, I'm blushing. Thank you. I appreciate that so much. I'll have to go check it out. Okay, good. So here we go. This one's for you, Chris, and then we might play Lolly as well, because we need. Drago is a little bit like. Bring down the vibe a little bit. But here's the debut song, and this is called Drago on Doggone. All right, guys, here we go.
Doggone Island, there's a man in black, pacing by the pier with a crooked little laugh. Drago pokes the shadows when the moon comes through. If he doesn't like a thing, that's what he'll do. He kicks at the flowers, he sniffs at the sun. He wants every happy thing to come undone. No hugs, no kisses, no warm little cheer, just a cold little grin when Drago appears. He says, make it messy. He says, break it apart. He likes little crackles in every soft heart. Drago on Doggone. Drago on Doggone. He hates the happy sound. Drago on Doggone. Drago on Doggone. Drago on Doggone. Divide and conquer now. Drago on Doggone. He sent dark energies through the mangrove trees, made the lighthouse blink in a sickly breeze. Then came amnesia fumes in a purple cloud, made the crab folks stare and forget out loud. He pokes at the cookies, he pokes at the gold, he pokes at the brave, he pokes at the bold. If a smile grows up, he gives it a shove. He's the opposite side of love. He says all the joy should drift away. He loves when the sunshine forgets how to stay. Drago on Doggone. Drago on Doggone. He hates the happy sound. Drago on Doggone. Drago on Doggone. Drago on Doggone. Divide and conquer now. Drago on Doggone. But the island still hums in the shells and the sand. Tiny, brave giggles keep slipping through his hand. He can cloud up the morning, he can scare the sea, but one little kindness still escapes free. Drago on Doggone. Drago on Doggone. He hates the happy sound. Drago on Doggone. Drago on Doggone. Drago on Doggone. Divide and conquer now. Drago on Doggone. Boom, boom, boom.
So there he is. He's pretty creepy, right? I think so. The only thing I was thinking, like, maybe should be shorter, because I think it would be even funnier if he was just this really little guy, like showing like how he's just, because of his black magic energies and amnesia fumes, he could rule the whole planet. But he's still pretty scrawny, he's like represents that, like, he's able to like control everything, because he's cheating. He's using dark energies and black magic to freaking divide everybody in these bad energies and stuff. And that's how he is able to conquer Doggone Island, and his next target is planet Earth. But Yes. So that's what I said. Making that video, like I said, I love it. I enjoy doing it. It's fun. It's like you could put in the prompts and all that. And we're gonna talk about something else I saw. It was about I brought it up to Dan. I was talking to him over the weekend about like the Marvel movies and how they laid off all these animators and things. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, Lee, I could see why. I could see how it could happen. And it's like, it leaves you in that predicament of like, what do you do? It's just like, man, I didn't create this stuff. I don't know. I'm using it, as I said, it's the same kind of thing where it's just like, what do you do? It's not, I don't have the answers. I'm a musician who was affected by it as well. I mean, that's now look at that. Like now it's just like, I don't know. I'll have to pull it up. But on a positive note, yes. So making that made me I enjoyed doing it because I love it. But like when I was watching Roy G. Biv, I'm such a dork in Lolly, like because I'm seeing these really come to life for the first time and like so many like can't believe it. It's really insane what AI can do, good or bad, for the good or bad. But I just get like, oh, and I felt that during Lolly and Roy G. Biv, but not so much Draco. Because he's bad. He's bad. But yeah, that's life, right? There's always bad and good. There's always someone trying to ruin it for everybody. I think most people, call me an optimist. I think I'm more of an optimist at heart. People say they're realists and this earth is like, but I think a lot of people down deep, I think they're good at heart. It's just I think this world makes you do things because you're trying to survive and you get backstabbed and then you're always the nice guys finish last, right? So you're trying to do the right things. You always seem to get screwed when you do the right things, but is that a reason to not do them? It's just like this is the way of the world, which why my brain is a nice escape when I think about the love zombies and why I think I just love them and why they're so important to me and why I like to get it out because it's like I said, it's kids and most kids are like, oh, cartoons. Adults don't really care about kids' books or cartoons, but it's just like, well, the message is really a reminder for adults too, as I say, that's the tagline. But back in the chat room real quick, and then we will play a little lolly. Will I pull up the video if I could find it about the Marvel thing? Joe is in the house. Joe says, good evening, Hollis. I had an absolutely delightful weekend off work and recreation and rest. Good, Joe. You deserved it. I know you were working long shifts and working straight through. So I'm glad you did. And it was a good weekend. The first day of summer, Father's Day. So I'm glad that you enjoyed it. We had a good weekend as well. Yes, I was listening in the car on the way home and heard about your boat cruise. I'm so glad that life is in Ohio is good for both you and Dan. I really like that. Yeah, it was so nice. And I love they have like those things to do here. And, yes, getting back on our feet a little bit. It was been a rocky couple months leading up to it, and moving and jobs and this and that. And you didn't really have extras for spending. So it was nice to go on a proper date. So we went on a nice date. And I thank you, Dan, for listening. And a big shout out as well, because it's a Father's Day, to my father-in-law, Dan's father, Smurglio out there. And we were thinking about you this morning. So I hope that everything's okay. And we love you. And we hope you enjoyed your dinner. We sent him some dinner for Father's Day. We wanted to do pizza from his favorite place, but unfortunately the pizza place was closed. So we got something else he liked. So hopefully he liked that. Not nothing too big, but when we're in person, maybe we could do something a little more fun. Like we could go out to dinner or something together. That would be nice. We never done that. So Smurglio, happy Father's Day again. And yes, so let me go over here and let me see if I'll put Lolly because I just love the song, and I might do a back-to-back with Roy G. Biv. Why not? Someone in the chat room said the other day, I think it was Stormblade who was in here Friday. Maybe she'll come back. She's a metal musician. And I did look at some of her videos. So they're very cool. And she's probably not here right now, but if she sees this, please come back again. She was here for TGI Friday. And I remember her comment was, that was fun. And maybe brought a smile to my face, something like that, along those lines. And that's the whole point of it. It's just to bring a smile, it's just to like, these, and I did, by the way, I know I'm in a million different directions. Not really. It's kind of the same subject, which is like scattered brain, but I did do a Love Zombies Land Facebook page. So now there's a designated home for Lolly on there. Because on my personal, I'm like posting about it. But so check your invites. I'm sure I'll invite you to like the page. But that's just for Love Zombies Land. And also secured the website, lovezombiesland.com. Not that I really want to build another website and are planning to do it anytime soon, but it is there in case I need it. And because the lovezombies.com was already taken by, I guess, some band who hasn't used it, and it's just sitting there empty, but someone took that, so I can't have that. But Love Zombies Land, it's kind of like Candyland, it's like a whole little universe. It's lovezombiesland.com. I'm sure that will be coming someday, but the last thing I want to do is pay for another website and all that. So I'm not going to do that right now, but it is secured. Don't worry. Huh. Okay. I know, Erin, me too. I don't see white noise tonight. Not yet. Maybe she's here. If you're here, make yourself known. Or Stormblade. Sometimes they can't make it. It's always better when they're here, but that's why there's a replay. It's not the same, but it's still there. We're still there in spirit. It's all good. Okay, so let's see. Okay, I'm gonna play Everything Is Me, and then I will see if I can find that Marvel little clip, and then we'll talk a little bit more, and we'll see where the conversation goes, guys. You are watching Hollis-tics. I am your host, Hollis Mahady. Again, this is Hollis-tics, live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Here we go. Here's a bit, in case you haven't seen her yet, here's a little bit of Lolly the Love Zombie for your pure enjoyment. Let yourself get lost in the love. Here we go.
Lolly in Love Zombies land, pinks bloom under every hand. She wakes up with a mirror grin, gives her own sweetheart a spin. She says, I am you are me. Love is mine and it runs free. She sways where the roses grow, breath in, breath out, nice and slow. Fluffy love taps at her door, tail like a feather on the floor. And you are me. I am everything you see. Everything is me. Everything is me. Lolly, shine so bright, lolly, pink all night. I am you are me. I am everything you see. Dino brings his guitar by, strings like sunbeams in the sky. He strums while she sings along, turning quiet into song. Fluffy love curls by her feet, pink hearts dancing down the street. She meditates and hums all day, love zombie magic, yeah, yeah, yeah. She sways where the roses grow, breath in, breath out, nice and slow. Dino plays a gentle line, and the whole land starts to shine. You are me. I am everything you see. Everything is me. Everything is me. Lolly, shine so bright, lolly, pink all night. I am you. You are me. I am everything you see. Mirror, mirror, hear her say, self-love starts in me today. Fluffy love, Dino too. All the love comes right on through. She closes her eyes and sings it back. Whole wide world turns pink just like that. I am you. You are me. I am everything you see. Everything is me. Everything is me. Lolly, shine so bright, lolly, pink all night. I am you. You are me. I am everything you see.
You're watching Hollis-tics, hosted by Hollis Mahady. Be sure to visit hollismahady.com and join our email list to stay updated on upcoming shows, special events, new music, books, podcasts, and creative projects. And if you're looking for a community of like-minded people who value authentic human connection, meaningful conversations, creativity, music, art, and personal growth, join us at buymeacoffee.com/Hollis Mahady. Together, we're building a growing community focused on preserving what matters most.
Real people, real conversations, and genuine connection.
The world is made up with illusions of gold, but it's all just a story, a lie that we're told. It's amnesia, we're under amnesia. They got us forgotten who we are. It's a spell that we're under, cast from the start. It's time to remember just who you are.
Hey guys, have you noticed it too? The world is changing fast. Technology, AI, social media, endless scrolling. Sometimes it feels like we're all trying to keep up while wondering what we've lost along the way. The world is changing. This isn't about resisting the change, and it's not about living in the past. It's about bringing the best of what makes us human with us into the future. Authentic human connection, meaningful conversations, creativity, community, kindness, being human. I'm Hollis, and I don't claim to have all the answers, but like you, I'm simply navigating this changing world one day at a time. And that's why I created this community. It's a place for real conversations, shared experiences, curiosity, creativity, and connection. It's a place where like-minded people can come together and remember what matters most. In a world filled with self-promotion, this community isn't just about me. It's about us. So as my contribution, I'll share things that I do create. Music, podcasts, stories, creative projects, special events I'm thinking about having, and a complimentary digital copy of Love Zombies Land. A story for kids, but a reminder for adults too. But the real value here isn't just the content. It's the community we're building together. And if that sounds like something you've been looking for, I'd love to have you join us. The world is changing, guys, but let's bring the best of what makes us human with us. If you're interested or thinking about joining, head over to buymeacoffee.com/Hollis Mahady and check it out.
I'm here. Ooh, I'm here, everybody. Hello, hello. Gotta fix my hair. It's so crazy. It looks really red. It could be the lighting. It could be the lighting. If you're new here, I'm sorry. I do use my camera as a mirror sometimes. Like, oh, I don't know about this. But yes, there you go. And that was a little bit of everything there. I played a couple commercials. But I am your host, Hollis Mahady, playing with my hair because I don't have a mirror at the moment, and my hair is stuck on these headphones. You know, guys, I really got to get some wireless headphones. Because no matter how much you fuss with your hair, as soon as you put your headphones on, it all goes down the drain because you got the big headphones on. Got to get those wireless. It's kind of low on the priority list, but it got to. Every time I watch this, I'm like, oh, we got to move it up on the list. I need those wireless headphones so that we don't have so many hair issues. But I'm also, when you put your headphones on, you're like, yeah, I'm a podcaster, man. Everyone has a podcast these days. I'm a podcaster. My name's Hollis. Check out my show, Hollis-tics, live 7 p.m. Eastern Time, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Speaking of that, I will be back Wednesday for a new episode, and tonight was a new episode. Oh, look at it, Waverly Hollis! I finally turned into your show. Waverly too. Is that Donna? Oh, I hope so. I mean, I'm thinking it's Donna. Because Deanna always bombards you with our group texts. If that is so, let me know. I'm pretty sure it would be, I would think. Well, welcome. Wait, that deserves a round of applause. Hold on. Let me find it. Let me find my applause. I'll wait until she says yes, that's definitely her before I tell you how much I love you. We have a new person in the chat room. Okay, wait, let's see. Yes, okay. That's what I thought. You guys, Waverly Wellness, Donna Floramonte. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. It's Donna. Donna is awesome. She loves cats, but she's more than that. And when I think of Donna, I think of cats, but I think of lots of other things too. So what a wonderful person. You guys, this is my little community here, Donna. It's my chat room. Aaron, you got to meet Aaron, and Chris is here from the UK. He chats, and Timothy, and Joe and James Timms. He's not here tonight. I don't see him or Shannon, but we have some of our regulars come in, and they're so nice. But Donna, I met Donna when I was working at Inner Harmony Wellness in Waverly, Pennsylvania. And she has, and you're still at Waverly House, right? Waverly Wellness. That's your center. I guess I call it a center, like it's a place. And I met her when I was working there doing I was a holistic health practitioner assistant. And look at Jess is here. And Jess, yes, okay, Waverly Wellness House, isn't it Waverly Wellness House? And Jess is here. Welcome, Jess. But Donna came to Inner Harmony Wellness, and that's where we met. And she would do the red light therapy, and we just got to know each other. Unfortunately, I left the job, but it's the connections that you make at those jobs sometimes that live on forever. And I haven't seen you in a long time. I keep saying when we come back to Waverly Wellness House. Yes, there you go. And at the Waverly Wellness House, they do so many awesome things. Like you guys, I don't think you had a red light therapy better. Maybe you got one since, and you do colonics, and you do all the stuff. I love it. I love. And the health things, colonics. Oh, remember we got to get you on the show sometime. Now I have my podcast finally. It's only taken 3 years, Donna. I'm sorry. We've been trying, but I got here. I'm here. So if you ever want to come on, your open invitation online. I won't put you on the spot, but I know we talked about it a long time ago. And she would be a wonderful guest. She's a wealth of information. She knows a lot about another thing that I kind of got into, and then I didn't really follow through with it, but I still love them, is the essential oils. And she could probably, we have like everybody in life, right? They have some kind of pain or like some stress and stuff. Like she could probably give some great information. I just remember frankincense and like all these different aromatherapies and these things that are meant to calm you, but there's certain ones too. I think it was Donna who told me this. I remember, and I've said it on the show before, my holistic health days, and I am a certified health coach. But it was the tree bark, right? It was like aspirin comes from what tree bark, isn't it? Like a willow or something, or white something. And that's the thing too. Like this show is called Hollis-tics. Now I go into probably a lot more music, and I kind of don't talk about the holistic health part. We talk about spirituality a lot. We get into like lots of different things, past lives, angel. Like I guess we didn't talk about angels and stuff, but like psychics and you guys know I like all that stuff. Aliens, like the awakening, the Matrix, all that. But holistic health, just actually having an interview with someone, white willow bark. There it is. You're doing it. I would love to come on the show. Yay! Good. Okay, cool. Yes, I have guests. I've only had 1, 2, 3. Wait, Chris, Jason, Irene, and Thaddeus. And 2 of them were musicians. And two were one was an author, and one was like had a story. He was recovering from addiction and all that stuff. They're all freaking great guests, an eclectic mix. So I don't have that many guests because whatever. I mean, I don't know. I'm not really sure why, but just because whatever. I'm selective now. I'm picky, but I would love for you to come on the show. And yes, white willow bark. Yeah, I remember. It's funny because I remember asking you about the aroma, or what's it called? Not herbal essence. Just thought of like the shampoo and conditioner, but that stuff, like I remember reading like VO5, and really the cheap ones aren't good. They have fragrances, but all that stuff, the healing of the body. Just the other night, I was so happy. Friday night, I made a big production about it, how I found Lolly the Love Zombie and how I found my apron in my garage. But I also found a stash of books that I thought went missing. I thought we left them in Maine, and I knew I had them, and I was so upset because one of them was a really nice book, Essential Oils. There we go. Thank you. It was on the tip of my tongue. It slipped. I forgot. But yes, essential oils. And you put them in your diffuser, and you could rub them on your body, but I think you dilute them and stuff like that. So there's a science to it, and there's a lot of, and also herbs, right? Like essential oils, but all the herbology, is that a word? Herbalists and stuff like that, where there's like an herb that naturally heals. And these are some of the stuff, like, now I'm remembering back from it's brought up a lot of memories. And it's not that I stopped doing it or I didn't care, but you move, I'm writing a book, I'm more focused on music. But in my room there, I have my health coach certificate and I have all my books. And excuse me. The book that I found was like, I had this really nice book of the human body. I'll play a little commercial. I'll go grab it and show you. And I had a couple other books, a whole book about celery juicing. And like, there's a lot of power in these vegetables and stuff. But we get into more sometimes of the side of like, what are they doing to the vegetables? What are they spraying in them? Could you trust anything? You know? But yeah, I had a really nice book that I was upset with. I'm like, oh, where is that book of the human body? I want to know what's going on in my body. And I always say, it's just like you want to stay out of hospitals as much as possible, obviously. I mean, no one wants to go to the hospital, but for different reasons. One, it's unpleasant, and it's usually because you're sick or you don't feel good or you're in pain. But other reasons too, because a lot of times, and this is everyone's viewpoint, but they don't usually, not all the time, but maybe they don't know what they're doing. They don't know what they're diagnosing you. And then you get on some drug that's like freaking all these side effects. So the best thing I always thought was like, okay, how do you prevention, right? Holistic health is really like preventative medicine. How do you take care of yourself before these things happen, right? They say the symptom is like if you have a headache, what's the root of it? And I remember that from Inner Harmony. It was always like, well, what's the root cause of the illness? What's the root cause of the symptom? Or you have an itchy, I don't know, leg, or like eczema or something. What's really going on underneath it? Because they could give you cream for that, but it might not go away. It might temporarily. But what's causing it? Is it something in your lymphatic system? Because your skin is your biggest organ. Like all these things. So Aaron says, Waverly 2, what benefits does ginger essential oil have? Do you know about that? Okay. And she said inflammation and digestion. Yeah. Like ginger, because ginger tea, I know that, like they say sometimes after you eat, you should have like ginger tea or lemon tea. I got lemon bark tree because I haven't had any of it yet. I kind of forgot I got it. I got it and then I put it away and I didn't have any of it yet. What good is that doing me? I got to do that because, hey, we're being honest here. I get one of my thing I always get is PMS really bad. And I don't want to just go like, PMS, women in here. I think we have a balance. We have Jess in here and Donna Waverly. What you mean? PMS is no joke. And for the men in our lives, I feel, but they're the ones who have to deal with it. So they're like, but I've always been like, I get really bad PMS where, I go up and down, I could be like, ah. And it's like, I don't want to go on just some medicine that's like, oh, you're depressed. Because it's a couple days during the month, but it's like really, you go crazy. It's bad. So I'm like, okay, what can I get that's natural? And I looked it up, like primrose oil and lemon bark tree. And I've been taking St. John's wort. But Donna would know about that. Isn't that it? Now, I heard that St. John's wort, I hate the wort. It was Dan's dad was telling me about it. What is it, Dan? If you're in the chat room, what is in that? It's like something that they give for depression, but it's a natural thing. So I might be wrong, but I've always heard about that. I had it a long time ago, and there's a bunch of other things I'm taking. I should take it more often. Sometimes I forget, but that's one I've been taking every day is that St. John's stuff and lots of other things. So yeah, no, that's awesome, Donna. We'll definitely talk soon and arrange it. Really, why not? It's how it works is whenever you're available. I usually do it live. I like to do it live. If you can't do it like a live, we could do a pre-recording and I can air it. Live is nice because if you're able to do live, then people chat and they ask questions and they're actually there. So that's nice to do it live. But yeah, so it's just, we'll talk and you just pick a date and then I'll promote it a little bit and you'll come on and everyone will meet you and know how wonderful you are. And now they won't just hear me talking about you. They'll have a face to the name. Yeah, but yes, it's for depression, the St. John's wort. Like I said, I don't think I don't usually pretty much I'm happy, but like, you'll know it too when it hits you. You're just like, oh, like things that you're not really usually that upset about. It's just like, ah, and I get like really angry and yes. Yeah, sure. Yes, live. Okay, good. And you're on the East Coast, so there's no big like time difference. So sometimes like in the UK, when Chris was on, it was really late for him. But he was a champ. He did it. And yeah, but yeah, we could talk about colonics too, if anyone knows about it. But there's a lot of health benefits to it. And some people might not know what that is, but maybe we'll save that and we'll get into it, because living in Ohio, actually, they have a lot of that stuff here. The other thing that I haven't done in a while, and I did in Florida, and it was good. I loved it, but I did an IV, and they did, which I hate that part. Ew. They did like those IV places where they put all this stuff like vitamin C and all that stuff, and I felt awesome after. I felt so good. It worked, because my big thing too, and it's not so bad anymore. So I'm wondering if it's because of the air or if I moved. I used to wake up in the morning so thirsty. And I mean, I know people wake up and they're thirsty. I mean, and I wasn't hungover or anything. I don't drink anymore. I've been drinking like almost like over 3 years. So it wasn't like, but it almost feel like a hangover, like, oh my gosh, I'm so thirsty. And I know that, when you sleep, and I do sleep 8 hours. I mean, sometimes I can sleep longer. I mean, I sleep a long time. So you're not drinking anything for 8 hours. So a lot of times you wake up and you're thirsty. But I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so thirsty in the morning. It's not during the day. And I know that's a sign sometimes, like people have diabetes if they're always thirsty and want water, and nothing's hitting the spot. Like you're thirsty. So I don't think it was that, hopefully. But it kind of went away. Yeah, that kind of went away. So I think maybe it was the air in Maine. I don't know. I think I remember talking to Amy about that, and she's like, maybe do you snore? Like, is it like, and I think I do. So I'm like, and then who told me? Was it someone said put a piece of tape on your mouth? And I was like, well, I don't know about that. So yes, but that's great. So that will be absolutely my next guest. Okay. Yeah. We'll talk off air and let me know. Like I said, we could go on next week if you're up for it, or if you want to do the week after, whatever. It's like, what's good if it's a week or two, then I could promote it. I just try to tell everyone, hey, come and watch. And we have special guests and lead up to it and all that. But the sooner the better, because all of your wisdom could save people's lives. And it's true. And I love holistic health. I mean, again, the show is called Hollis-tics. So it would be really good to have a professional on here with all of her experience and everything. And Aaron said that. I just want to make sure I didn't miss anything. Jess said, I'm totally into mushrooms, all of the medicinal purposes, not just mushrooms, but the backyard medicine cabinet. Yeah. There's a lot of like, especially CBD and weed and all that. Like, I don't personally use it, but I know when Dan's mom was sick and everything, I mean, that helped her so much. So I use another thing. And if Timothy's still in here, I ordered this stuff called Nessa's hemp. I don't know if Tim's still in here, but I have that. And that's supposed to be, you too. You too, Don. I love you too. And Aaron says, thanks. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, Nessa's hemp. Yeah. So I have that stuff. And then I remember I ordered a thing. It was not cheap. It was expensive, but apparently, it's supposed to do like a lot of really good things, and it helped her and like people she knew and everything. The lady who created it and everything. So I got that, and then I got some for Dan, and then he was looking for jobs. He was worried that it would be like he had to take drug tests. And he's like, oh my gosh, what if I take this? And so he stopped taking it, but we do have it. So, but CBD oil, all that stuff, like, that stuff was natural. It comes from the ground, right? CBD is a plant, and a lot of these things, like I said, I remember reading a book, and I forget, I don't think I still have it, but and Jess said, I mean, like mullein and all of the weeds that grow. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But just on marijuana in general, like, you know what I mean? It's just like, it's weird that that's not legal yet. I mean, is it legal? It's legal in some states. If you have that card. Oh, it is legal, right? Marijuana is legal. If you have a card. But that was it. Yes. The backyard cabinet. But, I don't know. I lost what I was going to say. That happens sometimes on the show when I'm by myself. I'm like, oh, wait, what was I saying? And what was I saying, guys? But yeah, so like I've always been into all that stuff because again, it's preventive medicine. Oh, the book I was reading was saying like that a long time ago. I mean, before pharmaceuticals, before all this stuff, you hear all this stuff like put an onion on your knee, it'll suck out the toxins and it'll heal, and and then even with that example, like I said, Donna said earlier about the tree bark. Why can I remember it? White tree bark in. Sorry, guys. Waverly Wellness House. White willow bark. That's it. That is like, then they figure out what to they. I don't know if they cut it up or they drain the syrup from it, and they use that in aspirin, and then they market that, and that's aspirin. So they do that with a lot of stuff. But in the book, it was that, back in the day, the natural doctors, all this stuff was working. But then they come out and they say, oh, these people are crazy and this doesn't really work and they're quacks and this and that, and follow us. And then like the banks bought all the stuff, like the banks, it all comes back to money, right? So it's like, that's why I am a firm believer in holistic health and stuff, because, and then of course you get into like the mind and the mind over matter and thoughts and stress. I mean, stress is real, right? Stress, like they say that stress is a cause for so many ailments, like could really. And where does stress come from? The world around us. But again, it's like how we interpret the world, how we take on the stress. It's like, of course, I mean, when you're in a situation where you don't have enough money for rent, or you're worried about money, your body's stressed because you're always thinking about it. And I think there's the mind, body, soul, connection and everything. So yeah, holistic. So we're going to have Donna from the Waverly Wellness House on soon, and we're going to set that up, and I can't wait. That's going to be an awesome episode. Yes. So with that, let me take a little short break, and then we are approaching the 2-hour mark. So I will probably be wrapping it up here by like 9 o'clock. We'll come back, chat a little bit more, see if anyone has anything else to say. Any more questions? Not to just offer you Donna for advice, but maybe any more questions for Donna, but save them, because write them down. She will be here live in person. And let's see, what am I going to play real quick? Oh, okay, here. This one is a little Roy G. Biv. This is a new character. I'll play this, and then we'll come back. Like I said, talk a little bit more, and then I will probably wrap it up, and we will, I'm going to get ready for Wednesday's program. No, not really, but I'm going to go out, and then there's always, the time goes so freaking fast. So by the time you know it, it'll be Wednesday. Where does the time go? Does it really exist? Does it exist? Does not exist in Love Zombies universe. They don't know what day it is. Wouldn't that be nice? They don't know what time it is. They just vibrate at love. Talk about healing, and they don't get sick. Love Zombies, they know what's up. They don't have stress, but they don't live on Earth. So they kind of have it made up on Love Zombies land. They vibrated peace and high frequency and love, and they don't have negative emotions. They don't have stress. But thanks to Drago, they're on a mission to Earth. So this is Roy G. Biv. He's the artist in residence in Love Zombies land. He's a very colorful character. He's one of Lolly's best friends, and he's freaking adorable, and I love him, and I wish he was my best friend. But I'm going to introduce you again to Roy G. Biv. And here we go, guys. Zen. Wow, Zen. Zen Judaism's in the house. Hello. He says LOVE zombies. Zen is in the UK. Wow, it must be late over there for you. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1:48. So you are a night owl, because it's like very late there, almost the wee hours of the morning. Wow, so nice to see you. Thank you for dropping in. A nice, familiar, I would say, face, but it's just a screen name, but your face is there. There's Zen. And he's a great band. Let me know in the chat room. Let me know. I'm going to take a little quick break. We're going to play a little video. Zen, if you are interested, this is Roy G. Biv. He's a new character, and he's in the Love Zombies Land book. And that is almost on Amazon. Hopefully it'll be on maybe tomorrow. But it's on my website right now, hollis-tics.com. But yes, this is Roy G. Biv, and he's a character. And yes, let me know of your latest projects or anything else, any questions or anything. And I will be back in a few minutes after this video plays. So here we go, guys. Roy G. Biv.
He showed up with a grin, 7 shades in his hand, red on the mailbox, orange in the sand, yellow on the jacket, green in the leaves, blue in the puddles, indigo on the breeze. He said, look brushed the clouds at dawn, made the whole roof glow, poured some red in the sunset, then let the blue wind flow. Green in the park grass, yellow on the swing, orange in the window when the kids all sing. He said, look again, don't let it slip by. A bright little magic on the edge of your eye. From the ground to the treetops, from the sea to the night, everything gets louder when it dresses in light. Roar GB, then it let it live. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet too. Roar GB, look at what it gives. Colors in the sky, colors everywhere, makes the whole world alive. With a spark in the air. He never needs a crown, he just works with a smile. Turn a plain little day into a painted out mile. If the world feels quiet, he knows what to do. One quick pass of color and it starts dancing too. Roy GB, paint it, let it live. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet too. Roy GB, look at what he gives. Colors in the sky, colors everywhere, makes the whole world alive. With a spark in the air.
And there we go. There was Roy G. Biv. There he is. Isn't he so cute? Like, right? You would love to have a best friend like Roy G. Biv. He just is so happy. And he watches out for Lolly. You're going to get my background back. Hold on. Got my matching background. Oh, no. Where'd it go? There it is. There it is. There we go. We got the Cosmos here tonight. It's my amnesia dress. But yes. So, and there we go, guys. Here it is right here in the flesh. Live in the flesh, the book in the flesh. I'm in the flesh. I'm live in the flesh. But there it is. And this will be available on the Amazon. Okay, it technically is there, but I haven't really told everyone because I have to double check the last one because I'm crazy like that because it was blah, 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 blah. But it is right there and it is available. And this goes for anyone in this chat room. If you would like a copy, I will send you a complimentary digital download. You let me know if you want one. Just say yes or send me an email. You'd like to have one. And in return, I would just ask you read it. And in really return, if you do like it and you read it, to leave me a review on Amazon. Because then it pushes it up, I guess, higher or whatever. And then more people will discover Love Zombies because that's the thing. Like I said, living on Love Zombies land, it's just, it's a fantasy, right? I always say, oh, if humans could just adapt the high frequency of the Love Zombies, life would be so much better from everyone. If we could just rise above all that messy politics and religion and separation and division, and we could go, and realize we all bleed red and we all have heart. We're all human at the end of the day, and all this stuff and race and all the stuff and religion, everything that divides everyone. We could just live like the Love Zombies and just, and find a better way. And that's how they live. So yes, it is a fantasy, right? You dream. You can only dream, right? Heaven on earth. If it could just be, if we could just ascend, maybe we should have a whole episode about ascension as the world goes into the age of Aquarius. That's what I say sometimes. We're going into a new age, the new age and all that stuff. But yes, I've always been a believer in that stuff. And maybe someday, maybe we won't see it in our lifetime, but but in a fantasy world, that's why I like to live in the fantasy world. And when I talk about the Love Zombies, I get excited. And when I write about them and, trying to make sense of this crazy world through the lens of someone who loves Lolly, the Love Zombie, who doesn't know what and doesn't know what negative is. They don't know what negative emotions are. They don't know what any of this stuff is. So when they come into the earth, they're here for a wild ride. So it can get very interesting in book 2. So book 1 is Love Zombies Land. But yes, you're going to hear me talk about it a lot, probably. So hopefully you'll get sick of it too much. But hey, what can you do? So, yes, as we are wrapping, probably getting to the end of the top of the hour here, I've been going on and on because I can talk a lot. And that's probably a good thing since I'm the host and there's no one else here to talk to, but talking to you guys, of course. And it's always wonderful when you guys are in the chat. And we had new people in the chat tonight. We had Zen Judaism. He just said the one comment there, LOVE zombies. I don't know if he's still there, but even if you're not, it was so nice to see you. And hopefully you'll come back and say even more. Maybe it was my title that caught your eye and said, come in. And I said, rejection. If you just got here and you weren't watching the whole thing, I talked a little bit about what this episode wasn't all about that, but basically how I was rejected from a sync agency in the UK, the Big Hug Music, who wants only human made music. And I said, oh, my music's human made. And I waited 4 months to get a response. I paid $100 and they said, we've decided to, pass on you. And so, but I always say it is what it is. Music industry's I'm not a huge fan of all that stuff, but it doesn't mean that I still don't create and sell my music on my own website. Okay. It's so good. Zen Judaism is still here. He enjoyed what I heard in the video. Yes, I'm an owl and not a lark. Yeah. Well, that's me too. I mean, like I say, I'll look at the clock. I'm like, oh, it's only 2 a.m. Like it's still early. Like I try, but it's just in us. Zen's a musician. So like it's the best ideas come at night. Like when I'm up, always up late. And sometimes I'll feel bad because I'll get up get up at like 10 or 11 and I'm like, oh man, but I still only slept 8 hours, and then I stay up until 4 or 5 in the morning. So what time do I usually go to bed? Like 4? Sometimes earlier, but usually not. So, but I don't know. Maybe in another lifetime I was an early bird. I don't know. But there's something magical about the night. There's something magical about the shower too. I get a lot of good ideas in the shower. With the water flowing. Maybe it's just flowing. We could talk about that too, Donna. Shower heads and filtered water. I mean, like it's coming at you in all angles. All angles are trying to kill us and poison us. Oh, we could get into that in another episode. But yes. But we had Jen and Jess. Jess was in the house. Jess popped in here. And Donna and Aaron and Timothy and Chris was in here earlier, all the way from the UK. So also Zen is from the UK. So we had 2 UKers. And Joe, of course, was in the house, and Timothy. So thank you guys all so much for being here and for chatting. And Aaron, of course. And I love all you guys. Again, let me know if you want to download the book. Just send me an email or a message on Facebook, and I will send you a complimentary copy because you guys have been here and you're chatting and you're interacting, and I appreciate it. Like I said, it's so much more fun when there's people here talking. Otherwise, I'd just be talking to myself, which I do anyway, but more fun like this, trust me. So yes. So Wednesday, what do you think? What should we talk about? And like I said, I don't really plan shows. Like tonight, I kind of had that happened today. So I was like, that's kind of a good, even though my video might have been like, but kind of a good topic to talk about rejection. And we just go on because at the end of the day, it's not everyone's cup of tea. No pun intended in the UK. A small cup of tea. It's not everyone's cup of tea. Love Zombie's not going to be everyone's cup of tea. Hollis-tics not everyone's cup of tea. And you're not everyone's cup of tea. And that's okay because you are some people's cup of tea. So can't please everyone. You got to please yourself. Just keep doing, you do you, babe. Okay. Just keep doing you and stay in your lane. Okay. Stay in your lane. Either rejections, let them like water off the duck's back. Just keep going. Maybe your big break's right around the corner. No, but just kidding. It's just like, that's the thing. I don't want my future to be hinged on anyone or your happiness, and I think, in anything where it's like competitive, you're like, oh, there's always a winner and a loser and blah, 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 blah. So there you go. There you go. Words of wisdom from Hollis. Keep going. You got this. You got this, guys. Yes. So I'm going to, let's say I say roll the cue. as it hits 9 o'clock on the dot, guys. It has been very fun. There you go, one more time, just in case. And just in case I have to do it, I don't promote that enough. And remember, I have my exclusive community, buymeacoffee.com. Tips support the show. They help stay in the air. There you go. There's my exclusive community there. And yeah, dead silence. Silence. Hollis, say something. Okay. So with that said, everybody, I hope everyone has an awesome night. It's still light out, so it's not night yet. It's still light out. So you still have a little bit of time if you have to go do something like run an errand, like run to the grocery store real quick, because I forgot to go today. I was going to go to Sam's Club and stock up, but I'm going to do that tomorrow. Exciting times, right? I like to buy in bulk because then you have everything you need and it's cheaper if you buy in bulk. But sometimes food, I don't buy too much in bulk because I'm like, oh, how many things of ketchup do you need? We do have like 3 big ketchups we got. So I need to get ketchup for the next year. Anyway, that's kind of boring. We'll save that for next time, okay? All right, everyone. Well, thank you again so much, everyone. I hope you have an awesome night. And if no one told you today, you're doing good. Remember that. You're not alone. There's an awesome little community here, and we're growing and growing every day. But I say it's quality over quantity, and we have quality people here, every single one of them. And yes, that's it. I will see you Wednesday at 7:00 p.m. Eastern Time. If you have been watching, if you're one of those 13 eyeballs up there, last thing I'll say, and then I'll shut up. Like and subscribe. Like the show. Give it a thumbs up, not a thumbs down. For those 2 people who always give me thumbs down. If you don't have anything nice to say, I say it at all. You don't have to leave a thumbs down. You could just like not do anything. So there's 2 people who give me thumbs down consistently. Who are you? Who are you? I don't know. It's always great to listen to you. Thank you, Joe. Thank you so much. Always for your support. And for those who have given buy me a coffee, bought me a coffee here and there, I appreciate you so much. Thank you. Thank you, Smurglio. And I will talk to you guys all on Wednesday night. Have an awesome night. And here is the outro. This one's called Lights. See you next time. I'm Hollis Mahady, and you've been watching Hollis-tics.
Thank you for watching Hollis-tics, hosted by me, Hollis Mahady. If you enjoyed the show, be sure to share it with someone who might need it too. And if you'd like to support the podcast, you can visit buymeacoffee.com/Hollis Mahady. You can make a one-time donation or become a member for just a few dollars a month to get extra podcasts and exclusive behind-the-scenes content you won't find anywhere else. Or simply scan the code on the screen. Your support truly means the world to me and helps me continue creating independent content for you. If you like the music featured in this show, I license it through Epidemic Sound. You can head over to hollismahady.com, click on the podcast page, and use my link for a free trial. And don't forget to check out VOPUSARadio.com, where I host my music channel and am building a growing community of independent musicians. If you're interested in joining the network, just click Join Network and submit an application. Until next time, remember that you are loved and never alone. From human to human, big hugs. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you next time. Enjoy the outro video. I love this song.
Lights shining from the window late at night. I'm just watching someone else's life go by, wishing it was mine. Dreams, everybody has them at the start. Somewhere along the way they fall apart, and it makes it kind of hard to look up at the lights. When the lights go out, everything is clearer. When the lights go out, could finally see when the lights go out. Everything is clearer when the lights go out. I could finally see what it's all about. Standing in the mirror when the lights go out. It's you looking back at me. Hope, try your best to hold on to the rope. We all have a reason to let go, and it's easier to do, but it's better if we don't.